Hey guys, my name is Cidiac and welcome back to another episode of FoolsTown here in City Skylines 2, where from this angle, the city and the region look pretty damn good. It's not until I come away from this right now, we find out that it is the city of 1,000 problems right now, but we're going to ignore all of them because as the mayor, if I can't see the issues, they don't exist, and instead I will dangle fancy things in front of the citizens to distract them from their complaining. And today we're going to build a brand new airport. Now, I currently have this airport in right now, which is a big, large international airport. And it's the only airport that I implemented. There's lots of flights coming here, there, and everywhere right now. There's commercial flights, there's cargo flights. But I want to implement the other smaller variation of it. Now, one thing that kind of annoyed me about this big international airport is that you can't run a train line in for cargo. You can only run a train line in for passengers. And I find that very annoying. You have to get the cargo vehicles to drive themselves over here. I know. But apparently, the smaller one, is it classed as like a regional airport? Let me find out right now. Apparently, this has the ability to have a cargo terminal and allow trains to go in. Or that is at least what I'm told anyway. So we're going to find out. Now, as soon as we got the airport over on this side, I don't want to implement the smaller one on this side. I want to implement it over here. But just trying to figure out the best positioning for it might be a little bit tricky and a little bit difficult. Now, we need to first figure out how big is said airport. And it is, do you know what? It's actually a reasonable size. So I've really mainly got the space around here. Up there. If I just rotate this. I mean, it could go there. It's got to... Have I just found the connection straight away? Hold on, because obviously I do have the ability to maybe build it over here, but is that now a little bit too out of the way? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's kind of what you want, is your airport to be out the way. Oh, I just realized. Hold on. The road's on the opposite side. So if I was to pull it here, it would have to go like this. And then the issue is then the elevation. Right, hold on. This could be an idea. Now, how bad's the oh my goodness me. Okay, the elevation is quite bad. The elevation here is quite bad. Now, I could buy some additional tiles here and try and just slightly, you know, adjust it. So if I buy these, 1.8 milli, and then we're going to go to terraining. Right, oh my goodness me. Okay, this is very bad. This is very bad. So I might redo this whole area here. So if I kind of quickly pause and delete there and then delete this road just to there and leave it like that. If I then kind of say, you know what? The height of this section here is where I want it to kind of slightly be. So if I just kind of criminally build this big section here, and is that digging in or getting lower? It's slightly getting lower there, which could be pretty good for us as a little bit of a natural sound barrier for the airport, even though it's really only going to be pushing sound over into the industrial area. This is my main concern, is the huge mountain, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. If I push it back far enough, then I can kind of terrain it enough as well. Now that is quite a vast area there to work with. I'm going to bring this also cutting across to make it all kind of fit within it. And then we're going to smoothen it all off as well. So if I come off the road, for example here. Right, if I go like that. And if I delete you. We've got the road in there as normal. We bring this all the way down, and it should be kind of okay. Right, this is a highway style-esque road. We'll bring that in, and I don't know whether this is going to be a little bit too close now. I'm in kind of like two minds to whether this is now way too close or whether I should have kept it at the original distance. Oh, because it was a little bit further back, wasn't it? So let me quickly see. Yes, I'm going to have to push it slightly back a little bit. There was a reason, Cidiac, it went back a little bit. Right, if I go to there, it's a completely random number I've now just picked. Where's the snap? There. Completely random connection I've now just picked. Bringing you up and in. And then delete this all the way down to there. Very good, very good. And then the airport. Oh, it needs to go back even further. So ideally, you want it about here. Wow. Okay. Keep pushing back. Alright, la-di-da-di-da. Just doing some casual terraining. Oh, what happened there? Just casually doing some terraining. Okay, so. I reckon about here is perfectly fine. Having the end of the runway near the road. So I'll go about just there. And how does that now look? That looks pretty good. So there's a slight little kind of elevation change there. So as you're driving up right now, you get a good view of the actual runway and the airport, which is looking pretty damn sweet if you ask me. Now, what are these additional stuff I can add in? So I can get the airport surfaces in. I can get the cargo terminal. Oh, that now changes everything. Because if that's there, what is this one as well? This is the business lounge. Okay, throw that in. If that's going there, I should have realized this. Now that kind of changes where I can have my train connection. Because I need it on the opposite side. That has changed everything. Well, technically, no, it hasn't changed anything because I can still get it connected wherever I want to get it connected in general anyway. I could lead it down that direction. It depends where you want it to go, but ideally I want it to connect to there. But I'm going to implement it in anyway. My issue now is that's where the train connection is going to be placed, and quite frankly, that's not the greatest place for it. Now, if I was to kind of build, for example, a road on this side, let me just see what it would look like if I flipped it round. So if I built this just going down to here for just a mini mo, and then flipped you round to this side. The issue will then be... Oh, do you know what? This will actually kind of work. This will actually kind of work. Because if I delete that road, right? Because there's now like a slight little bit of a void going on. But I can fill that void with car parks. So if I built this about here... And again, I'm just going to do some more terraining right now. But the idea is that I can run... Well, I should be able to run a road going around the edge. Now, apparently we can't get it to there because it's overlapping. Can we not get a road to run along the back? Oh, the side's there. Well, we can there. Interestingly. So what's the dealio with this section? So he doesn't like the idea of running a road there. Now, it's very awkward staggered around, but you got to think of what we're going to be doing with this. Now, will they grace me with the ability to build car parks at the very end? Yes. Yes, they do. And I now need to figure out the best positioning for said car parks. So we'll bring a road up just here. So if I bring that just to there, because we're going to flip this inwards. There we go. And then the same over here as well. So car parky. There we go. And then we got to do the same on this. Now, it's going to get a little bit interesting now because the difficulty of now trying to implement and squeeze in a car park I could do for this larger overhang one, but the issue is the runway, but I think we'll be okay. I could do underground car parking right now. But the road and how this is going to fall. So I could bring you down as if it is a nice little car parking complex. But then it all slightly changes, and I think that's where we then maybe place down a different layout for the car park. So that's a 3 and a 3. So you get like a little bit of an equal space. Run that down the back side. So you then got like a little bit of a space either side. I don't know whether that's a good idea or not, or whether I move this all the way over and pray to the baby Jesus that I can squeeze that in, which I cannot. Yikes. Yikes. We came oh so close, but yet oh so... Oh no, hold on. 2 smaller ones. Right, car parking complex now implemented. Nothing strange or weird about that. It's a shame we can't get a road to go down the side. I mean, I'm assuming it's because... Oh, I can. If it's a small... Oh, this could be like a little bit of a service road going around the edge of the airport. No, I'm going to implement that just to there because we also have to incorporate this train line tearing through. I can build stuff along here as well, which kind of also make a little bit of sense. But let's just get the airport all up and running for now. So let me just quickly terrain a little bit more. Why does it raise up slightly? I don't know, but there is this dropping down? Yeah, so at some point this will match up and then start to be higher than where we're currently going, which is about there. So the... oh, no. I can't even undo that, can I? I can smoothen the terrain right now. What a foolio. Foolio. Right, smoothing all this down. I always forget which is which. I always forget which is which. Right, there we go. Smooth it all this. Smooth it all here. And then we got to figure out the train connection coming in. So smoothing this all down as well. Feeling good, feeling good. And then we'll try and smooth... we can up the strength slightly. Well, let's do maximum strength. Right, so we'll first smoothen from the top to push it backwards. That's kind of what you do with it. We'll also sort this out. And can I push this back slightly? I mean, I'm not going to be able to do much with it. Always smoothing from the top first. To push the shelf at the top backwards. So then when you start doing the bottom, you've already kind of halved how much it needs to kind of slide down the hill. So push it down at the bottom a little bit now, and then go full max in the middle. So I might up the size a little bit just to kind of help us out. Pushing, 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 pushing. It does take a little bit of a while. I don't like the terraining tools in City Skylines 2. I much prefer City Skylines 1 terraining tools. But we'll go with that. We will go with that right now. That will now absolutely 100% work. So, we've now just got to get this technically now all connected. Now, we don't have to worry about the roads because we have a road connection here. We do need to worry about public transport though. And the only thing is you have to sacrifice the passenger train line on the international one for a cargo one on this one. So you don't get the ability to implement public transport over here. Now, we do have this kind of like overground metro station. I don't know whether I can maybe kind of continue that to lead over to this side for a bit of public transport. I don't know. Or whether I might have to do or implement the... Oh, we got... Wait, no way have we got power issues. We have to have something overloaded. Oh, I see why. It's this here. I'm about to say, I've got a nuclear power plant. What are you lying for, boys? It's because we don't have it technically connected. So, we should now be all good, right? Yeah. I've got a bus route that goes around, so I could also diverge the bus route to this direction. But let's first sort out the train line. Now, I reckon we incorporated doing something funky around this area and implementing over. So, kind of like a trumpet in many ways. And in many ways, it is going to be a trumpet. So, I don't know why I even said that. We implement this, so up by 10, and then bring that first initially over. So, I'll bring it out to about there, and then change this, and then we'll do a 120 by a 120, and then bring it down by 5. And then a 120... by 120 to 0. Put that now back to normal. And then all I've got to do is incorporate the bend. So 150 by a 154. That will do us justice. And then coming from there, we do a 192. $197 we'll go for. So that sorts out our little kind of trumpetto right now for the train line. So we just got to incorporate this now going down. So got to bring it down to the ground. And to be honest with you, I could do a large bend on this. So that would work out fairly well. And then it's a case of getting this now to run down. So if I bring it to about there, and if I do the complex curve to go about halfway down and then in. I mean, it works, right? It works. And the airport's now implemented. So we are pretty much good to go. We just now got to create our own flights and bring our own cargo over here. So we do have this road that leads down right now. I could maybe do something with this. I could maybe create a little bit of a passover for easier kind of connections. I can definitely bring this a little bit further down to where we can work with building up an additional industrial area within this vicinity. But it all comes down to how this will pretty much work around here. Now, I'm trying to think of the best way to kind of do this. I could cut across and then go down underneath, but I could also go underneath a lot earlier. But if I just snap to there, do I want it on that one? Yeah, I'm going to have it on this one. I'm going to break all the rules right now. And we'll get to here and we'll go down by -20. Cutting just under enough to where I can then raise it back up to Earth. And there's our first underpass. Right, there's our first underpass. Now, I don't know whether I can get one just here, whether that's going to be a little bit too close. Yeah, I thought that would be a little bit too close. And it's only too close because I'm dropping it down by 20. I don't need to drop it down by 20. I can drop it down like in 0.25s. So if I get to... I just need it to be underground, which is there, at 12.5. There we go. So the more connections we have, the more interconnected the area becomes. Actually, I think we'll only need 2. We'll only need 2, and then we'll fill it up with trees. My favourite thing to do. Just to hide the mess. And I'm not sure what trees to go with. I'm throwing some birch. I think birch is my default. I think it has to be my default. Now, although it's in a polluted area, I'm throwing as much as I can. And allow them to grow and just hide the underpasses. Right, okay, so that's all in, which means I do have now access to this area if I wanted to build down more industry or just kind of put buildings there in general. I have the ability to do so. Public transport, we'll first start with this bus route that kind of comes in and goes to the car factory. So if I put a bus shelter down, and I'm going to put it just here, where it's a walkable distance down, and the bus can kind of complete its loop. And bus line. So I've just got to figure out where it comes from first. So it comes up and over. That way in. So if I made it go this way first, it will completely change its direction and allow it to use one of the underpasses, because it stops there, then we'll come down to there, which might be useful for people who are working over here. Into there and then straight out. So just that additional connection. It doesn't really do much for us, but at least it tricks the greater, wider region into thinking that they can get to the airport via some form of public transport. Oh, our power is kind of completely overloaded in many areas. Right, we need to kind of ease the burdens oh so slightly. And by that, we just need more transformer stations is what we need. So, right, let's see where we can implement a few additionals, because this is going to be an issue if I don't solve this. So we'll start over by the docks here, the harbour. We'll implement one there. And I reckon within this industrial area, I'll implement one just there. So we have to place these now underground. So we'll go there to begin with initially. And then run this way. Now by pressing play, yes, it will now drop out 80 in both transformer stations. And it was enough to take the heat off the other transformer stations. So I think we're now okay. I think we're now okay, boys. So let's create the flight center. That's one thing we're now missing from this area. Oh, there goes a little delivery van. Oh, they would, will they? Yeah, they would use this as storage as well, wouldn't they? Yeah. Okay, so planes, cargo air route. We'll start with this one first. Cargo station. We'll first do an initial flight from one airport to the other, as a way for them to transport cargo from one side of the city to the other with a little bit of ease. It seems ridiculous, but that will work. And then we'll get another cargo route, and we'll fly it out. Can I go this way? No, where's my flight paths? Ah, there. We'll fly this one this way as well. Just so it has a little bit of a journey rather than just simply a short one. And then we'll do passenger. We'll pick a passenger one, do the exact same thing again. We'll allow them to fly from the same city to a different part of the same city. Just because we can. That is the only reason. Just because we can. Talk about a regional flight, boys. Well, I mean, regional flight is when you're flying within the same country. What do they call it when you're flying within the same city? Is it the equivalent of just hopping on a bus? Flight path this way. There we go. And then we just got to simply bring this all the way back. There we go. So plane routes have now been set up. And how long does it take before we start seeing planes spawning? How long until we start seeing planes spawning? I don't know how long this takes. I can see vehicles storing goods there, or they're maybe just generic vehicles for the airport. I can see a vehicle there. What's it doing? No, it's a delivery. I think that's the delivery of it came through here. So, do the planes spawn from the destination that they're coming from first and then fly here? Maybe that's what's happening. Oh, wait, is that a plane? Are you coming this way? Okay, here we go. Here we go, boys. Our first plane about to land, and it's a cargo. Let's go. Let's go. Now this is definitely, is this definitely a smaller runway? You're gonna have to hit them brakes pretty quick. Hit them brakes pretty. Is this gonna butter the landing? That's the main question. Will it butter the landing? See, guys, pro pilots only in my city. Pro pilots only in my city right now. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. That was beautiful. And now we're starting to see more cargo vehicles making their way over here. Because of mainly, it's not due to the fact that we got the cargo routes now. It's mainly down for the storage. It's, I mean, I don't know if this is full. No, but they like the idea of storing it over here. I think it's because these guys, this airport's closer than the train station, so they kind of divert that way over anything else. Right, interesting, boys. Definitely interesting. So the only thing we're now missing then is the cargo train line. So trains, cargo, and we could do multiple routes here. We could go there, straight out, nice and simple. And then I could also make it go to... I mean, we might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. How far should we take this route? And where should we take it? I can keep it simple and kind of just bring it into here. Or maybe I can take it down to here to also pick stuff up. Because it can also export stuff as well, which makes life a little bit easier for us. And then this one, we'll make it go to a... We'll make it go all the way over to here. As a way to transport the goods from one side of the city to the other. So they pretty much both do different jobs. They pretty much both do different jobs. Now, my only issue is now going to be is having enough trains to be able to spawn in. So we have to add that quick extension on. Because I feel like we're going to need a fair few more planes. Oh, more planes coming in! So now we have one of the passenger planes. The other cargo plane is now landed. Not saying there's anybody waiting here already, is there? No. 0 passengers currently waiting. So but it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future. I mean, I've only simulated 2 in-game hours this episode so far. But with that, with everything we've done in the last episode and where this is now all heading to right now, we're hoping we can push 200,000 people. I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm gaining 900 people an hour. So at that current growth rate, we should be able to do something with it. Oh, that plane's taking off. I thought that one was just landing. I thought that was the second one landing, but no, it's just taking off. But yeah, we shall see how this now progresses. But we technically have now 2 airports in FoolsTown. It's very expensive to run. And on that note, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.